Hi, my name's Janese. Today we are talking about celebrating our inner child. We all have one. And I know there's a lot of information about healing the inner child, and I've actually been working with healing my inner child for a long time. My inner child. But I'm taking a different twist on it today, and it's about celebrating our inner child, not seeing it as broken, but bringing that part up to our conscious self and integrating it with all of us. So, what I see oftentimes is when we're growing up, whether you come from a sort of healthy family with a lot of love or not, or a traumatic, it doesn't matter. What we see in our culture is oftentimes there's a lot of rules on how to behave. Like, don't cry, don't be a baby, don't feel sorry for yourself. And every time something happens and we repress or shove down that natural response, we're fragmenting. And so that part of us that's been put down into some closet inside of our being is also the part of us that's really authentic, spontaneous, childlike. And so I heard this years ago, and it really made a lot of sense. Emotions are like a radio, and each of the emotional, whether it's fear, grief, anger, judgments, are different radio stations. And if we have our frequency or the volume of our radio down low because we don't want to feel pain, then the radio volume is low on joy, and so it squashes the emotional radio volume is lower, and the more we get in touch with all parts of our nature, then joy can be experienced at a high volume, but then so may grief. And so it's about celebrating that part of our nature that got a little squashed and bringing that part in, nourishing that, self-parenting that, bringing it into our being so we could experience joy more often in our daily life and allowing ourselves to celebrate. Birthdays and all. And I had an interesting experience today. I put this hat on. It is my birthday, and the 64th. And I danced. My husband was videoing me dancing to When I'm 64, even though the words are not at all um, pertinent to me in my life, but it is 64. And somebody responded on his Facebook as that I wasn't acting my age, and it made me. And I had already decided to do this, so I found that interesting comment on how I wasn't acting my age when I'm. That's another what is appropriate in people's minds on how someone's supposed to behave is one of the reasons that many people are held back, restrained, not comfortable to be in their inner child outwardly because of a lot of the judgments that they get. But I can tell you, the more I've worked with my inner child, still am, love the little girl, um, the more I feel freer to be me, and learn more authentically what that means. Because as we're growing up, we're also told, we're this, we're that, we want you to be like this, we want you to be like that. And a lot of people, including myself, most of us, go in different directions away from what is true to our true nature. And it's about bringing ourselves back to that, connecting. And oftentimes people say, well, I don't know if I have any creativity, or I don't know, what interest. And I would say, if you're in a place where you're wondering about what you may be interested in or what you're good at, go to your childhood, because children are natural with what they do. And for me, I did a lot of creativity, I did a lot of art, and I dropped away from it because life happened. And as an adult, I've brought that back in. So it's like, if you can find parts of your youthfulness that was so fulfilling for you and just bring it in, even if it's awkward, even if it's uncomfortable, and bring it in and see where it takes you. Another way is to really intuitively or internally, really, when you're feeling down, love that little girl, boy, person up that's feeling those feelings inside you as if you're the parent nourishing that part of your nature that's hurting. Those are two ways that I have worked with my inner child, two of a few ways, but those are the two I want to share today. So I'm curious as to if you've worked with your inner child, bringing them out into integrating with your adult, your wholeness. And if so, I want to hear about how you did that, what the results are, and how you're doing. So I appreciate you so much for being here today, and let us celebrate that part of us, the spark inside of our nature. And thank you. So grateful. And I'm wishing you a joy-filled day.